You're watching someone pull up to a restaurant in a brand new luxury car. Leased, of course. Inside, they order the most expensive item on the menu, snap a photo for their social media, and leave a generous tip to look good in front of the server. Meanwhile, their bank account has less than $2,000 in it. Sound familiar? If you've ever wondered why so many people who appear wealthy are actually drowning in debt, the answer is simpler than you think. It all comes down to one brutal truth. Visible status spending is the #1 predictor of staying broke. And if you want to actually build real wealth, you need to understand exactly why. So if you're serious about breaking free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and actually getting rich, please subscribe to the channel because we're about to flip everything you think you know about money on its head. The psychology behind status spending is actually fascinating. When you buy something expensive that other people can see, your brain gets a hit of dopamine. That luxury watch, that designer handbag, that perfectly curated Instagram aesthetic. They all trigger the same reward centers that activate when you eat delicious food or spend time with people you love. The difference is that food and relationships don't cost you your financial future. But here's what most people don't realize. That dopamine hit is temporary. It lasts maybe 2 weeks, sometimes less. Then you need another hit. So you buy another thing, and another, and another. This is called the hedonic treadmill, and it's one of the most dangerous financial traps you can fall into. Your brain adapts to the new normal almost immediately. The car that felt incredible to own becomes just a car. The watch that made you feel sophisticated becomes background noise on your wrist. So you need something bigger, something more expensive, something more visible to get that same feeling again. And now you're locked in a cycle that's literally designed to keep you poor. Real millionaires understand this, and they've made a different choice. When you study actual wealthy people, the ones who built real money and kept it, you notice something immediately. They don't look that rich. Their cars are practical, not flashy. Their clothes are quality but understated. Their homes are nice but not ostentatious. And their spending is almost entirely invisible to other people. A real millionaire might spend $10,000 a month on something that nobody will ever see or know about. Education, therapy, nutritionists and trainers, business coaches, software subscriptions that improve their workflow, quality sleep systems. These are the things that wealthy people actually spend their money on. Not the things that impress people at parties, the things that actually compound their wealth and health over time. Think about it logically. If you spend $1,000 on a designer handbag, what do you get? A handbag. It depreciates. It goes out of style. In 5 years, it's worth maybe $200. But if you spend that same $1,000 on a course that teaches you a valuable skill, or on mentorship from someone who's already succeeded in your field, or on tools that make your business run more efficiently, that $1,000 is an investment in your future earning potential. It can literally multiply itself 10 times over. The appearance premium is what I call the markup you pay just for the privilege of looking rich. It's the difference between a practical $5,000 car and a flashy $50,000 car. Both get you from point A to point B. Both are reliable and safe. But one costs you $45,000 extra. Plus insurance, plus maintenance on exotic parts, plus the psychological need to keep up the appearance. And for what? So strangers on the street think you're wealthy? Here's the irony. Wealthy people already know you're not wealthy because you're trying so hard to look like it. Actual rich people see through the performance immediately. They spot the fake Rolex. They notice the car lease. They catch the contradiction between your designer outfit and your outdated phone. Because when you're actually wealthy, you don't need to prove it to anyone. The money speaks for itself, usually in ways that are completely invisible to people around you. So how do you break the cycle? How do you stop paying the appearance premium and start actually building wealth? First, you have to get brutally honest about your current spending. Most people have no idea how much money they're actually throwing away on status items. They know they spent money on something, but they've never totaled it up. So do this today. Go through your last 3 months of bank statements. Write down every purchase that was made purely because you wanted other people to see you using it, or wearing it, or driving it. That luxury coffee every single morning. The expensive gym membership at the trendy studio instead of the regular gym. The name brand version of things when the generic version is identical. The impulse purchases of fashion items you don't really need. Total it up. Just look at that number. That number is your current appearance tax. And if you're like most people, it's probably shocking. For a lot of people, it's $500 to $2,000 a month. That's $6,000 to $24,000 a year, every single year, going straight into making you look wealthy while actually making you poor. Second, you need to rewire your brain's reward system. The dopamine hit from status spending is real, but it's not the only source of dopamine available to you. You can get the same neurochemical hit from building something, from reaching a goal you set for yourself, from having a difficult conversation and resolving it, from learning something new, from moving your body, from creating something with your hands. These things don't cost money, but they trigger the exact same reward centers that status spending does. And here's the best part. The dopamine hit lasts longer. It's not just 2 weeks. It can last months or even years, because you're actually building something real instead of chasing a temporary high. You need to become obsessed with invisible spending instead. This is where real wealth building happens. What are the things you could invest in that would actually improve your life and your earning potential? What skills do you need to develop? What relationships do you need to invest in? What systems could you put in place that would make your life easier or your work more efficient? Maybe it's hiring a bookkeeper so you can spend more time on your actual business. Maybe it's investing in your health so you have more energy and mental clarity. Maybe it's buying better tools for your work. Maybe it's spending time and money on your relationships with people who elevate you. These are the investments that compound. These are the things that wealthy people spend their money on. And because they're invisible, you never feel the social pressure to keep upgrading them. A meditation app subscription costs $9 a month. It's invisible. You'll never feel pressure to upgrade to a more expensive one because your friends won't even know you have it. But if you use it consistently, it could genuinely improve your mental health and your decision-making ability, which could absolutely impact your earning potential. That's an invisible investment that actually pays dividends. Now let me be clear about something. I'm not saying you should never buy anything nice or that you should live like a miser. That's not the point. The point is that the things you buy should be in alignment with your actual values and your financial goals. If you genuinely love cars and you have the money to support that passion without compromising your financial future, then by all means, buy the nice car. But buy it because you love it, not because you need other people to see you driving it. There's a fundamental difference between those two things. And if you want to start building real wealth, you have to understand that difference deeply. The final piece of this puzzle is understanding that wealthy people think differently about money. They think in terms of return on investment, even when they're spending money on themselves. They ask themselves, is this purchase going to increase my earning potential or my quality of life in a meaningful way that justifies the cost? Or am I buying this purely for the appearance? And they're ruthlessly honest in their answer. They're also aware of what I call the wealth leakage problem. This is when money slowly drains out of your life through 1,000 tiny streams. Each stream individually seems insignificant, but together they add up to an enormous amount. And that enormous amount is the difference between being broke and being wealthy. Most people never get wealthy because they're too focused on the big purchases, the ones that seem obviously stupid, and they completely ignore the small leakages. They'll refuse to buy a Ferrari, but they'll spend $200 a month on coffee without blinking. They'll decide not to buy a second home, but they'll spend $50 a week on things they don't really need. These small leakages add up to $50,000 or $100,000 over the course of a decade. And that's $50,000 or $100,000 that's not compounding for your future. If you want to actually get rich, you have to plug those leaks first. You have to get brutally intentional about where your money goes. You have to stop letting your brain's dopamine-seeking behavior make financial decisions for you. And you have to start viewing every single purchase through the lens of, does this move me toward my goals or away from them? I hope this video has been valuable for you. If it resonates with you and you're genuinely committed to breaking free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and building real wealth, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. We release content like this every single week, and this community is full of people who are serious about changing their financial lives. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. What's one status purchase that you've been making regularly? And what would you do with that money instead if you redirected it toward actual wealth building? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one, and your response might spark an idea for our next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.